Could be impacting your wallet. A new report from the American Farm Bureau Federation saying we'll soon see record high beef prices.
We sent 12 News reporter Brock Wilson to talk with ranchers about what's leading to the higher prices. That's new at 5.
Recently, Kansas ranchers have been culling their herds because of drought and other natural disasters. Here at the weekly cattle auction in El Dorado, they tell me they're optimistic about the future of the cattle market, but that doesn't necessarily mean good news for consumers. As cattle go to auction, prices keep getting higher.
We've harvested a lot of cows out of the country, which has tightened up supplies.
Ranchers harvested those cattle mainly because of the drought.
Now that we're filling back up on water with the tighter supplies, prices are going up, cows are harder to find.
Kansas rancher Josh Mueller says that's not really bad news for ranchers, especially those that bought cattle before the beginning of the year.
Prices have gotten higher just about every week, and you know, the guys that got in early are feeling pretty good about it.
But consumers are not.
It's kind of a simple supply and demand. If we have less cattle, we have less beef.
Scarlett Madinger with the Kansas Livestock Association says less beef means higher prices.
The likelihood that beef prices will go up again in 2024 is high. If those will be record level, I don't know.
One thing cattle experts do know is demand is high, and there are no signs that will change anytime soon.
Our product has gotten better, more consistent, and we see less and less people backing away from beef just because of the price point.
Consumers still love beef, and they want beef on their tables and on their menu.
In El Dorado, Brock Wilson, 12 News.